My name is Vanessa Kastner. I'm 27 years old. When I was 20, my parents stood in front of 300 people at my sister's college graduation and said into a microphone, "We should have stopped after her. Our second child is useless." The room laughed. My sister laughed. I didn't. I walked out of that auditorium in Boston and I never spoke to them again. Not for holidays, not for birthdays, not for 7 years. Then 3 months ago, my phone lit up with a number I didn't recognize. "Come home. Your sister has." They didn't finish the sentence. They didn't have to. They didn't know that I'd spent those 7 years building a life they couldn't touch. That I'd become exactly the person they said I'd never be. And they definitely didn't know that when their perfect daughter fell apart, I'd be the only one who could catch her. This is what happened when the golden child collapsed, and the disappointment became the only one strong enough to save her. Let me take you back. The Kastner family, 47 Maple Street, Newton, Massachusetts. White colonial, black shutters. Lawn so perfect it looked fake. My father, an accountant. My mother, an elementary school principal. Two daughters. From the outside, we were flawless. From the inside, we were a hierarchy. Nicole was born in 1996. I was born in 1998. 2 years apart. A lifetime of difference. Nicole made Dean's List every semester at Boston University. I kept a 3.4 GPA and worked two jobs to do it. Nicole was student body vice president. I was the girl who showed up to class and went home. Nicole got a $15,000 a year merit scholarship. I got $8,000 in federal loans and a rejection letter. But the worst part wasn't the achievements. It was the dinner table. 6:30 every night. Same seats. Nicole to my father's right. The place of honor. Me at the end of the table closest to the kitchen. Close enough to be useful. Far enough to be forgotten. "Nicole, tell us about the VP position," my father would say, cutting his steak with surgical precision. "It's student body vice president, Dad." "That's my girl. Leadership runs in this family." Then he'd glance at me. An afterthought. "How's... What class are you struggling with now?" I stopped answering after sophomore year of high school. I started counting instead. "Why can't you be more like your sister?" 47 times. Between my freshman year of high school and graduation. 47 times they said it. I kept a journal. I wrote it down every single time. Dates, locations, context. April 12th, 2016. The day the scholarship letters came. Nicole opened hers at the kitchen table. $15,000. Renewable for 4 years. My mother opened a bottle of wine at 3 in the afternoon. My father made reservations at the Capitol Grill in Chestnut Hill. "To Nicole," my mother raised her glass. "Boston University is lucky to have you." I'd gotten my letter that morning too. Same school, different envelope, zero merit aid, just loans. "I got into BU too," I said quietly. My father looked up from his phone. "That's nice, honey. Can you pass the bread?" The bill that night was $287. I saw it when my father signed. They spent more on one dinner celebrating Nicole than they'd contributed to my entire education. I paid for college myself. They paid for hers, and they never noticed the difference. Our bedrooms told the whole story. Nicole's room, 16 by 18 feet. The master bedroom, sage green walls, new paint, junior year of high school, a queen bed from Pottery Barn, a white desk that cost $600, natural light from 2 windows. My room, 9 by 10 feet. Twin bed I'd had since I was 8. A desk from a yard sale. Paint that had been chipping since middle school. One window that looked into the neighbor's fence. When I asked for a new desk sophomore year, mine was too small for my laptop and textbooks. My mother sighed. We just spent $3,000 on Nicole's room. You'll have to wait. I waited 4 years. They never brought it up again. I learned to make myself smaller. Smaller rooms, smaller dreams, smaller expectations. I learned to be invisible in a house where I was supposed to belong. I didn't know I was practicing for the moment they'd make me disappear completely. May 18th, 2018. I woke up at 7 a.m. in my dorm room at Boston University. I was 20 years old. Sophomore year, almost done. Nicole was graduating that day. 4 years of perfect grades. A job offer from Bain and Company waiting. The pride of the family, walking across the stage. I bought a navy blue dress from Target 2 days before. $32. I did my own hair in the mirror. No one asked if I needed help getting ready. Downstairs, my mother was adjusting Nicole's cap. White Reformation dress. $218. I'd seen the receipt on the counter. You look perfect, my mother said, stepping back to admire her. Absolutely perfect. Mom, it's just a cap. It's not just anything. This is your day. I stood in the doorway, dressed, ready, waiting. No one looked at me. We left the house at 9:47 a.m. The drive to campus took 23 minutes. My father drove. My mother sat in front. Nicole sat behind my father. I sat behind my mother, staring out the window. Agganis Arena. Capacity 7,200. That day, maybe 2,800 people. Graduates and families packed into rows of folding chairs. The air smelled like flowers and hairspray and nervousness. My father handed me a ticket. Vanessa, we only have 4 seats in row C. You don't mind sitting further back, do you? This is Nicole's day. He didn't wait for an answer. Row M, seat 14. 12 rows behind my family. I could see the backs of their heads. I watched them take photos with Nicole before she went backstage. I watched them laugh with other parents. I watched them not look back. Not once. The ceremony started at 11. Speeches, performances, the dean talking about bright futures and endless potential. I didn't hear most of it. I was watching my parents, waiting for them to turn around, to wave, to acknowledge I existed. They didn't. Then came the parent tributes. 5 families chosen to come on stage and say something about their graduating child. A microphone, a spotlight, a moment to brag. Richard and Diane Kastner, the announcer said. My parents stood. My mother smoothed her skirt. My father adjusted his tie. They walked up the steps to the stage like they'd rehearsed it. Confident, proud, beaming. The microphone squealed with feedback. The room quieted. Nicole has always been extraordinary, my father said. His voice boomed through the speakers. From the day she was born, we knew she was special. Smart, driven, kind. He paused, looked at my mother, grinned. Honestly, we should have stopped after her. A few people chuckled, scattered, uncertain. He leaned into the mic. Our second child? Useless. The room roared. 300 people, laughing, slapping their knees, wiping tears from their eyes. My mother leaned into the microphone, smiling. Well, she said, at least one of them makes us proud. More laughter. Applause. My father waved like a comedian who just nailed the punchline. And Nicole? She stood on the stage in her cap and gown, laughing. Playful. Dad, oh my God, stop! But she was smiling. I sat in row M, 12 rows back, hands gripping the armrest so hard my knuckles turned white. My vision tunneled. My ears rang. I couldn't breathe. The applause lasted 8 seconds. It felt like 8 hours. My parents walked off stage, still chuckling. The ceremony continued. Someone else spoke. I don't remember who. I don't remember anything except the sound of laughter. Over and over, looping in my head. Useless. Useless, useless. The ceremony ended at 1:47 p.m. Everyone stood. Families rushed toward their graduates. Photos, hugs, tears of joy. I stayed seated. 4 minutes. That's how long I sat there after everyone left. Just sitting, staring at the empty stage. Then I stood up. My legs shook. I walked toward the exit, passing 12 families taking photos. No one noticed me. I made it to the parking lot. That's when I heard my mother's voice. Vanessa, wait. I turned. She was speed walking toward me, my father and Nicole a few steps behind. My mother looked annoyed, not apologetic, annoyed. There you are, she said, slightly out of breath. We were looking for you. I stared at her. You humiliated me. My father laughed. Actually laughed. Oh, come on. It was a joke, Vanessa. Lighten up. You told 300 people I'm useless. We never said that, my mother said quickly. You said you wish I was never born. You're being dramatic. My mother folded her arms. Why do you always have to make everything about you? This is Nicole's day. Can't you just be happy for her? My father checked his watch. 2:14 p.m. Level 2 of the parking garage, row F, 73 degrees and sunny. We have reservations at 3, he said. Are you coming to lunch or not? Like nothing happened. Like I was the problem. Nicole walked up. I looked at her, hoping. One word of defense. One acknowledgement that what they'd said was cruel. Hey, she touched my arm. You okay? Am I okay? My voice cracked. Nicole, they just. I know. Dad's jokes are. A lot. But come on, V. You know how they are. They didn't mean it. They told everyone I shouldn't exist. That's not what they said. That's exactly what they said. She sighed. Look, I'm sorry you're upset. But this is my graduation. Can we not do this right now? Do what? Stand up for myself? Be so sensitive. She pulled her hand back. It was a joke. Let it go. That's when I knew she wasn't going to defend me. She never had. I was alone. I'd always been alone. I'm not coming to lunch, I said. My father shrugged. Suit yourself. My mother scoffed. Vanessa, don't be childish. I'm not being childish. I'm done. Done with what? This. You. All of it. My mother laughed. Oh, stop being dramatic. We'll see you at home later. They walked away. Nicole looked back. Once. Just once. Then she followed them. I stood in the parking lot. Alone. I drove back to my dorm. 4.2 miles. 14 minutes. My roommate had gone home for the summer. I sat on my bed and cried for 3 hours straight. At 6:13 p.m., my phone buzzed. My cousin Jessica. Hey, are you okay? That was really rough. She was the only one, the only person in my entire family who saw what happened and cared. I didn't respond. I was too busy blocking everyone else. I blocked my mother first, her cell, her email, then my father, then Nicole. Each one felt like pressing a bruise, but I didn't stop. I blocked aunts, uncles, cousins who'd sat in that arena and laughed. I left the family group chat. I deactivated Facebook. I changed my privacy settings on Instagram. 11 contacts. 23 minutes. I kept Jessica. Only her. That night, I waited. I checked my phone every 10 minutes, waiting for someone to text, to call, to say, we're sorry. We didn't mean it. Please come home. Zero texts from my mother. Zero from my father. Zero from Nicole. They didn't even notice I was gone. I made a promise that night. I would never need them again. I would build a life so complete, so whole, that their absence wouldn't leave a hole. I didn't know it would take 7 years, or that I'd have to do it with $847 in my bank account and a dorm room I'd have to leave in 2 weeks. But I did it anyway. June 3rd, 2018, 9:47 a.m. I waited until my parents left for work. I had 2 hours. I packed like I was robbing my own childhood. Clothes, laptop, books, photos. No, wait, no photos. I left those. I didn't want to remember these people. 4 boxes, 2 suitcases, 1 backpack. 20 years of life fit in the back of an Uber XL. The driver's name was Javier. The ride cost $47. We drove to BU's summer housing. I'd signed up for RA training. $800 stipend for the summer. A free room. It was the only place I had to go. I left the house key on the kitchen counter, right next to the Mother's Day card I'd given her 4 weeks earlier. She never opened it. I knew because the envelope was still sealed. Funny, I always knew. That summer, I applied for 3 jobs. I got hired at all of them. Starbucks, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., $13 an hour. BU Library Circulation Desk, 3 to 8 p.m., $14.50 an hour. Tutoring through Wisent. Online, weekends, $25 an hour, 60 to 70 hours a week. I worked until my hands shook, until I forgot what day it was, until a customer asked if I was okay, and I realized I'd been staring at the espresso machine for 30 seconds. I'm fine, I said. I wasn't, but I would be. June through August, I made $7,200. I spent $2,100 on food. my phone bill, toiletries, textbooks for fall. I saved 5,100. I lost 8 pounds. I slept 5 to 6 hours a night. I cried 11 times that summer. I counted. Fall 2018, sophomore year. I was selected as a resident assistant for Miles Standish Hall. 7th floor, 40 freshmen. Free room and board. A $7,200 value. $3,000 stipend. Meal plan discount. My supervisor asked during training, being an RA is 24/7. You're on call. You're responsible for these students' safety and well-being. Can you handle that? Yes, I said, because no one's ever been responsible for mine. I kept my Starbucks job, 15 hours a week. I added a work-study position in Dr. Ellen Strauss's research lab, another 15 hours a week, 30 hours of work, 15 credits, 40 residents who needed me at all hours. I handled 3 emergencies that semester, 1 alcohol poisoning, 2 mental health crises. I made 2 friends, Gabrielle and Amit, other RAs who understood what it meant to be broke and tired and still smiling. My GPA that semester, 3.58. I was surviving. Thanksgiving break came. 40 students went home. The building echoed with emptiness. I stayed. I had nowhere to go. I ate ramen in my room and told myself this was freedom. Christmas was the same. Everyone left. I worked an 8-hour shift at Starbucks on Christmas Day. Made $156 in tips. Holiday bonus. Gabrielle invited me to her family's house. V, you're not going home for Christmas? Nah, family's traveling this year. You can come to mine if... I'm good. I like the quiet. I like not being reminded I'm worthless. New Year's Eve, Gabrielle and I stood on the roof of Miles Standish. Freezing. Boston spread out below us like a circuit board. What's your resolution? She asked. To stop caring. She laughed. I didn't. I meant it. Spring 2019, junior year. I kept my head down and my GPA up, 3.64 that semester. Dr. Strauss pulled me aside after lab one day. Vanessa, your data analysis is exceptional. Have you considered research as a career? I blinked. I haven't thought that far. Think about it. You're good at this. Good. Not good for a disappointment. Just good. I worked harder. Junior and senior year blurred together. Classes, jobs, research, rinse and repeat. I tutored high school kids online for $25 an hour. I bought textbooks, used or pirated PDFs. I wore the same 5 outfits on rotation. I never went out. Friends from my biology class would invite me to happy hour. Sunset Cantina, you coming? Can't. I have work. You always have work. Yeah, because I can't afford $12 margaritas and a normal life. I skipped 3 to 4 meals a week to save money. My weight dropped to 118 pounds. I was tired, bone tired. The kind of tired where you cry in the shower because it's the only place no one can see. But I didn't stop. Stopping meant they were right. By the time I graduated, I'd borrowed $38,000 in federal loans. My parents had contributed zero. Spring 2020. COVID-19 hit March 12th. Campus closed. I moved to a cheap sublet in Alston, 600 a month, splitting with two roommates. I finished my semester online, May 16th, 2020. Graduation virtual. I watched it alone in my bedroom, 9 by 11 feet. My roommates had gone home for the pandemic. The ceremony started at 11 a.m. I sat on my bed with my laptop open. The dean called my name. Vanessa Kastner, Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude. Pre-recorded applause played through my speakers. I clapped for myself. Once, twice, then I stopped. I cried from 11:34 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. 4 people texted me congratulations. Gabrielle, Amit, Dr. Strauss, Jessica. 0 texts from my family. They didn't know I'd graduated. I never told them, and they never asked. I was proud though. For the first time in my life, I was proud of myself, and that had to be enough. June 2020. I started my first real job. Research assistant at Massachusetts General Hospital, Department of Neurology, $42,000 a year. My first paycheck after taxes, $2,453. I cried when I saw it. I rented a studio apartment in Alston, 47 Linden Street, Unit 3B, 380 square feet, $1,400 a month. I furnished it with IKEA and Craigslist finds. $1,200 budget total. August 2020, I started therapy. Dr. Ramos. $40 a session with insurance. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. First session. What brings you here? I don't know how to be happy. Tell me more. I'm successful now. I have a job. I'm independent. But I feel empty. She asked me a question I couldn't answer. When's the last time you felt loved? I didn't have an answer. That's when I realized I'd survived my family, but I hadn't healed from them. The months blurred. Work, therapy, groceries, laundry, repeat. I made friends at the hospital. Sarah from patient recruitment, Deb from data analysis, Monica from the lab, James from admin. We got lunch sometimes. We complained about our bosses. Normal things. I was learning how to be normal. January 2022. Promotion. Clinical Research Coordinator. 58,000 a year. I moved to a better apartment in Cambridge. 710 square feet. 1 bedroom, hardwood floors, natural light. 2,100 a month. I bought new furniture for the first time in my life. A real couch. A real bed. I felt rich. I wasn't, but I felt like it. Sarah asked me one day at lunch, "You never talk about your family." Not much to say. Come on, everyone has family drama. Mine's complicated. Complicated how? The kind where you don't talk for 7 years. She didn't push. I was grateful. Holidays were still hard. Thanksgiving. Christmas. Everyone asked what I was doing. I said I was working. Volunteer shifts. Holiday pay. Truth. I was avoiding the questions. 2023. I got a raise. 62,500. 2024. Another promotion. Senior Clinical Research Coordinator. 68,000. I had a savings account. $12,000. I paid my student loans down to 21,000. I joined a yoga class, a book club. I went on dates. Nothing serious. I had trust issues. One guy, Ethan, 29, architect. We dated for 3 months. Casual. He said one night over dinner, "You're hard to read sometimes." What do you mean? Like there's a part of you I can't access. A wall. Maybe I just like my privacy. Or maybe you're afraid to let anyone in. He wasn't wrong. We broke up in January 2025. Amicable. Timing wasn't right. By February 2025, my life looked like this: stable job, good apartment, friend group, hobbies, therapy every other week now, maintenance mode. I was okay. Better than okay. Sometimes I forgot about my family for days at a time. Sometimes I saw a happy family at brunch and felt a dull ache in my chest. But it passed. I'd built a life without them. I thought I was done. Then my phone buzzed. February 11th, 2025, 9:47 p.m. I was in my kitchen making chamomile tea. My apartment in Cambridge. Quiet. Safe. Mine. My phone was on the counter. It buzzed. Unknown number. 617 area code. I almost didn't answer. I thought it might be a work emergency, a patient crisis, something urgent. I picked up. Hello? Silence. Then a voice I hadn't heard in 6 years, 8 months, and 24 days. Vanessa, it's your mother. My heart stopped. 8 seconds of silence. How did you get this number? Her voice was shaky, older, desperate. I, I looked it up. Online. Please don't hang up. I should have. My finger hovered over the red button, but I didn't press it. Curiosity. Anger. Some sick need to hear what could possibly make her call after almost 7 years. What do you want? I said. It's about Nicole. She's she's not well, Vanessa. We need you. I felt my jaw tighten. You need me? After 7 years? I know we haven't spoken. I know. I know it's been a long time. But this is serious. Your sister, she started crying. She's in trouble. Real trouble. What kind of trouble? She lost her job 4 months ago. She won't leave her apartment. She won't talk to us. We found things, pills, needles. Vanessa, my throat closed. She's what? She's sick, and she won't let us help her. But maybe she'll listen to you. I laughed, bitter, sharp. Why would she listen to me? You made sure she knew I was useless, remember? My mother inhaled sharply. That's not fair. No. What's not fair is you calling me after 7 years because you need something. 3 minutes, 12 seconds into the call, my hands were shaking. My tea had gone cold. My mother was crying, but not apologizing. She hadn't said sorry, not once. Not for the graduation, not for the joke, not for anything. What do you want from me? I asked. Just come home, please. Just talk to her. I need to think. I hung up. 10:03 p.m. A text. Come home. Your sister has. We need you. Please. I stared at it for 23 minutes. I started typing 7 times, deleted it every time. I didn't respond. I didn't sleep that night. 2:18 a.m. Another text. Please, Vanessa, she's your sister. 4:03 a.m. Another. We're begging you. They were begging. The people who said I was useless were begging, and I hated that I was even considering it. February 12th. I called in sick to work. I sat in my apartment, staring at my phone, at the ceiling, at nothing. I Googled things: how to help family member with addiction, setting boundaries with toxic parents. Do I owe my family anything? The articles all said the same thing. You don't owe anyone who hurt you. But they also said addiction is a disease. People need help. 10:31 a.m. I called my mother back. Tell me everything, I said, and don't lie. She exhaled, long and shaky. Nicole graduated top of her class, got a job at Bain and Company, consulting. She was doing so well. Then, 2022, March, she was in a car accident, rear-ended on Storrow Drive, hurt her back, whiplash, herniated disc. They prescribed painkillers, oxycodone. She took them as directed, but then the prescription ran out, and she was still in pain, or she said she was. She started doctor shopping. We didn't know, not until last year. We thought we could handle it, monitor her, but she didn't stop. She got worse. She lost her job in December, stopped answering our calls. We went to her apartment 2 weeks ago, and it was Vanessa, it was bad. Empty pill bottles, needles. She's so thin. She won't eat. She won't talk to us. She screams at us to leave. And you think she'll talk to me? The useless one? Silence. That's what you called me, I said quietly. 7 years ago. In front of 300 people, remember? Vanessa, please. This isn't about that. It's always about that. Then my mother said something that made my blood freeze. We need to understand how this happened. And we thought maybe you'd talk to her. Maybe she reached out to you and. Are you accusing me? No. No, we just. You think I had something to do with this? We don't know what happened. We don't understand. And we thought, I haven't spoken to Nicole in 7 years. 7. Because you made it clear I wasn't part of this family. We never said that. You said I was useless. On a microphone. You said you should have stopped after her. What the fuck do you think that means? We were joking. Stop saying it was a joke. Heavy breathing. Mine. Hers. Will you come or not? I don't know. Please. She's your sister. She laughed when you said I was useless. She chose you. She's not my sister. She stopped being my sister that day. I hung up. I threw my phone across the room. It hit the couch. Didn't break. I wished it had. February 13th. Emergency therapy session with Dr. Ramos. 2 p.m. Her office in Brookline. What do you owe them? She asked. Nothing. Then why are you considering going? I was quiet for a long time. Because I don't know if this is about them. Maybe it's about me. Explain. What if I can go back to that house and not fall apart? What if I'm healed enough to face them and still hold my boundaries? That's the test, isn't it? Dr. Ramos leaned back. What do you owe Nicole? I don't know. She hurt me. She didn't defend me. She was 22, raised in the same house you were. So you're saying I should forgive her? I'm saying maybe she was surviving too, just differently. I cried 4 times that session. I left with more questions than answers. But one thing was clear. If I went back, I wasn't going as the girl who left. I was going as the woman I'd become. February 15th, 9:03 p.m. I texted my mother. I'll come, but I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for Nicole, and we're going to have rules. Her reply was immediate. Thank you. Thank you. When can you come? Saturday, 2 p.m. I'll text when I'm outside. Don't make this harder than it has to be. We won't. We're just grateful you're coming. I turned off my phone. I cried, not because I was sad, because I was terrified. I spent the next day preparing. I wrote a list in my journal. 10 boundaries, rules for this visit. 1. I will not stay overnight. 2. I will not eat a meal with them. 3. I will not hug them. 4. I will not apologize for leaving. 5. I will not accept their apologies unless they're real. 6. I will talk to Nicole. That's it. 7. I will leave when I want to leave. 8. I will not let them guilt me. 9. I will not cry in front of them. 10. I will not need them. I told Ethan. We were still friends. He offered to come with me. No, I said. I need to do this alone. I told Sarah. Be careful, she said. Don't let them pull you back in. I packed nothing. I wasn't staying. Saturday morning, February 16th. I got in my car at 1:30 p.m. Cambridge to Newton, 11.2 miles. My hands gripped the steering wheel. I played music. I couldn't focus on it. Every song sounded like static. I arrived at 1:58 p.m. 47 Maple Street. The house looked exactly the same. White colonial, black shutters, perfect lawn. It was a museum. Frozen in time. I sat in my car for 5 minutes, just staring. Nicole's old car was in the driveway. Silver Honda Civic, 2017, covered in dirt, flat tire. My parents' cars, newer Lexus. Same Toyota Camry. I texted, I'm here. 2 minutes later, the front door opened. My mother stood there, older, grayer, smaller than I remembered. Or maybe I was bigger now. I got out of the car. This was it. My mother stepped onto the porch. Thank God you came. I wasn't sure you would. I walked up the steps, stiff, guarded. I said I would. She reached for a hug. I stepped back. Her hands dropped. Can I get you something? Water? Coffee? No. Where's Nicole? Upstairs. In her room. She doesn't know you're coming. You didn't tell her? My father appeared in the doorway behind her. 5'10", salt and pepper hair. Same look of mild irritation he always wore. We didn't want her to refuse to see you, he said. I walked past them into the house. It smelled the same. Vanilla candles, coffee, the scent of my childhood. The living room hadn't changed. Same beige couch, same coffee table, same photos on the mantel. I counted them while my father closed the door. 12 photos, all of Nicole. Graduation, Birthdays, vacations, awards. Zero photos of me, not even from before. They'd erased me completely. I sat on the couch. I didn't relax. My father sat in his armchair. My mother perched on the edge of the love seat. Before I go upstairs, I said, I need to know everything. My mother folded her hands. We told you on the phone. Tell me again. All of it. She exhaled. My father looked uncomfortable. Nicole graduated in 2018. She got a job at Bain and Company, consulting. The hours were brutal. 70, 80 hours a week. But she was managing. Then in March of 2022, she was in a car accident. Rear-ended on Storrow Drive. 5:47 p.m. eastbound. Someone hit her at a red light. Whiplash. Herniated disc in her lower back. L4 to L5. I didn't interrupt. I just listened. The doctor prescribed oxycodone, 30 milligrams, twice a day, for 30 days. She took it as directed, but when the prescription ended, she was still in pain. Or she said she was. She went to another doctor, got another prescription, then another. Doctor shopping, I said. My father shifted in his chair. She's not an addict. She's in pain. I looked at him. If she's doctor shopping and using needles, she's an addict. Don't call her that. What do you want me to call it? My mother jumped in. We found out in the summer of 2023. We confronted her. She denied it. We thought if we just monitored her, she'd stop. But she got worse. She lost her job in December. December 18th. They fired her for missing meetings, for erratic behavior. And you're just now getting her help? She won't listen to us. My mother's voice cracked. She screams. She throws things. Last week she locked herself in her apartment for 3 days. We had to get the landlord to open the door. It was Vanessa. It was horrifying. Pill bottles everywhere. Needles. She's so thin. She won't eat. She just... Where does she live? Back Bay. A studio. 2,100 a month. We're paying for it. Of course they were. My father leaned forward. We need to ask you something, and we need you to be honest. I knew what was coming. Did you talk to her? He asked. At any point in the last few years? No. Did she try to contact you? No. Why? My mother and father exchanged a look. We found emails, my father said slowly. Drafts. On her computer. To you. From 2023. She never sent them. But we thought maybe she did. And maybe you knew. And maybe... I stood up. Are you serious right now? We just want to understand. You think I knew she was struggling and I ignored her? You think I'm that cruel? We're not saying that. Yes, you are. You're blaming me for something I didn't even know about. Just like you blamed me for not being Nicole, for not being perfect, for existing. You're still doing it. My father stood. That's not what we're saying. Then what are you saying? Silence. I grabbed my keys off the coffee table. I'm going upstairs. Where is she? My mother pointed toward the stairs. Second floor. End of the hall. Of course. The master bedroom. Even in her collapse, Nicole got the best room. I climbed the stairs alone. 14 steps. Same carpet. Same family photos on the wall. Nicole at age 5, age 10, age 16, age 22. Zero photos of me. I reached the end of the hall. The door was closed. I could hear faint sounds. A TV, maybe? Or music. I knocked 3 times. No answer. I knocked again. A voice from inside. Hoarse. Angry. Go away. Nicole, it's me. Vanessa? Yeah. What are you doing here? Mom called me. Can I come in? A bitter laugh. Muffled. Mom called you. Of course she did. No, you can't come in. I drove here to see you. I'm not leaving until we talk. Then you're going to be standing there a long time. I pressed my forehead against the door. Nicole, please. I'm not here for them. I'm here for you. Long pause. 30 seconds. Footsteps. The door unlocked. Opened 3 inches. A chain still on. One eye appeared in the gap. Bloodshot. Dark circles so deep they looked like bruises. You look different, she said. So do you. She unlocked the chain. The door opened. I stepped inside. The room was a disaster. Curtains drawn. Dark except for a single lamp. Clothes piled in the corner. Takeout containers scattered across the floor. Empty pill bottles on the nightstand. 4 of them. Different pharmacies. The smell hit me. Stale. Unwashed. Faintly chemical. And Nicole. She looked like a ghost. 5'6", maybe 108 pounds. She used to be 140. Her hair was greasy, pulled back in a bun. Gray BU hoodie, black sweatpants. No socks. Skin pale, eyes hollow. This was Nicole. Perfect Nicole. Dean's List. Nicole. The girl who never had a hair out of place. And now she was this. A shell. I wanted to say something. Anything. But words felt wrong. I sat on the floor. Not the bed. The floor. She watched me. Then she sat too. They called you, she said finally. Flat. Emotionless. Yeah. I didn't ask them to. I know. More silence. Then Nicole started crying. Quietly at first. Then harder. Her shoulders shook. Her hands covered her face. It was the first time I'd seen her cry since we were kids. I didn't move. I just let her. I didn't want you to see me like this, she said through tears. Like what? Like, like this. A mess. A failure. Everything they said you were. I'm the one who's useless now. You're not useless. She laughed bitterly. Yes, I am. I lost my job. I lost my apartment. Well, they're paying for it. So it's not even mine. I lost everything. I'm exactly what they said you were. And I deserve it. Why do you deserve it? She looked at me. Really looked at me. For the first time in 7 years. Because I let them say it. I laughed. I stood there at my graduation and I laughed when they destroyed you. And I never said sorry. Not once. Not in 7 years. My throat tightened. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm sorry I didn't defend you. I'm sorry I was a coward. I didn't respond. I couldn't. She wiped her face with her sleeve. Do you know what it's like being the favorite? No. It's a cage. A beautiful, perfect cage. Every A had to be an A plus. Every award had to be bigger. Every choice had to be right. And if I failed, if I got a B, If I didn't make the team, if I chose the wrong internship, it was the end of the world. Not for me, for them. I had to be perfect, always. So you did everything they wanted. I didn't have a choice. You got to be the disappointment. You got to fail, and it didn't matter because they expected it. But me, I had to be perfect. And I was so fucking tired. So you took the pills? She nodded. The accident was real. March 14th, 2022. 5:47 p.m. Rear-ended on Storo. The pain was real. The doctor gave me oxy, 30 milligrams, twice a day. And for the first time in my life, I felt nothing. No pressure, no anxiety, no voice in my head saying I wasn't good enough. Just quiet. So I kept taking them, even when the pain stopped, because I needed the quiet more than I needed to be okay. She pulled out her phone, cracked screen, opened her email drafts. I tried to reach you 2 years ago. I never got anything. I know. It bounced back. She showed me her phone. An email. September 14th, 2023. 11:34 p.m. Subject: I need help. Vanessa, I know you hate me. I know I don't deserve your help, but I don't know who else to ask. I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a long time. I need help, but not from them. Never from them. They'll just be disappointed. Again. I can't take that. Please. If you get this, just tell me I'm not alone. N. My chest hurt reading it. What email did you send this to? I asked. She checked. The one in my contacts. vkastner@gmail.com. I checked my phone. My email is vanessakastner@gmail. No dot. Nicole, this email is wrong. She frowned. What? No. I've had this saved since high school. Check when it was last edited. She scrolled. Her face went white. Last modified, June 2023. I didn't modify it. I haven't touched my contacts in years. We stared at each other. They changed it. Our parents changed it. They kept us apart. Even when Nicole was drowning. Even when she begged for help. Because they couldn't risk losing control. I stood up. I need to talk to them. Nicole grabbed my arm. Weak. Shaking. Don't. They'll just. I don't care what they'll do. They need to hear this. I walked downstairs. Nicole followed, gripping the railing. My parents were in the living room. They looked up, hopeful. How is she? My mother asked. Did she talk to you? I placed Nicole's phone on the coffee table. Email open. When did you change Nicole's contact for me? My father looked confused. What are you talking about? I held up the phone. Her contacts. My email. It's wrong. It was modified in June 2023. Who changed it? My mother shifted. We. We might have updated her phone when. You changed it on purpose. She tried to email me in September 2023, begging for help, and you made sure I'd never get it. We didn't want her relying on. On what? My voice rose. On me? The useless one. We were trying to protect her. From me? I'm her sister. My father stood. You hadn't spoken in 5 years. We didn't think. You didn't think I'd help? Or you didn't want me to help because then she'd know the truth? What truth? That you destroyed both of us, just in different ways. My father's face turned red. We gave Nicole everything. Everything. We supported her. We paid for her education, her apartment. You gave her a leash and called it love. And when she choked on it, you called me to clean up your mess. My mother started crying. Real tears. Guilt creeping in. My father stayed defensive, arms crossed. Nicole stood in the doorway, crying silently. I turned to face them fully. Do you even remember what you said? 7 years ago? Vanessa, that was May 18th, 2018, Nicole's graduation. You stood at a microphone in front of 300 people and said, "We should have stopped after her. Our second child is useless." The room laughed. I sat there, alone, humiliated. And you never apologized. Not that day. Not ever. My mother sobbed into her hands. It was a joke. Stop saying it was a joke. Jokes are funny. That was cruel. That was you telling the world and me that I didn't matter, that I was a mistake. Do you have any idea what that did to me? My father sat down. You seem fine now. I laughed. Bitter. Empty. Fine? I spent 2 years in therapy learning how to believe I wasn't useless. I worked 3 jobs to put myself through college because you only paid for Nicole. I spent every holiday alone because I couldn't stand being in this house. I'm not fine. I'm surviving. Despite you. Nicole spoke from the doorway. Quiet. She's right, Dad. My father turned. Nicole, you don't understand. I understand perfectly. You didn't get me help when you found out. You hid it. You told people I was taking time off to travel. You made me lie. Because you cared more about what they thought than about me getting better. My mother reached for her. That's not true. Nicole stepped back. You didn't call a doctor. You called Vanessa because you thought she'd fix it quietly. You didn't want me to get better. You wanted the problem to go away. I looked at my parents, both of them trapped, exposed. Here's what's going to happen, I said. I'm going to help Nicole find a treatment center, a real one, residential, 90 days minimum, evidence based, medical detox, therapy. My father started to speak. We can, you will pay for it, every cent. That's not a question. But you won't choose the facility. I will. You won't visit unless she asks. You won't call and ask for updates. You won't interfere. You'll write the check and stay out of the way. We're her parents. You're the people who broke her. And me. So no. You don't get to be involved. Not unless she wants you. I looked at Nicole. She shook her head. No. There's your answer. My mother stood. What about us? What about our family? I picked up my keys. There is no our family. There never was. There was you two. There was Nicole. And there was me. Separate. Always separate. And I'm done pretending otherwise. Vanessa, please. I'll email you the treatment center details and costs within 3 days. Have your credit card ready. My mother reached for me. I stepped back. No, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this because Nicole deserves a chance to survive what you did to her. just like I did. I walked out. February 17th through 19th. I researched treatment centers. 12 hours over 3 days. I looked at 8 facilities, narrowed it to 3 finalists. Criteria: evidence based treatment, medication assisted therapy, individual and group counseling, 90-day residential program, good reviews. New England region. I chose Serenity Ridge Recovery Center, Lenox, Massachusetts, in the Berkshires, close enough to visit, far enough to breathe. 90 days, $28,500. I called, spoke to the intake coordinator. Her name was Diane. What's your sister's substance of choice? She asked. Opioids. Started with prescription oxycodone. I'm not sure what else. Has she expressed willingness to enter treatment? Yes. She's ready. She's scared, but ready. Good. Fear is normal. We'll take care of her. When can she come in? As soon as possible. We have one bed available. Intake is Friday, February 22nd, 10 a.m. Can she be here? Yes. I'll bring her. I called Nicole that night. 8 p.m. She answered on the first ring. Did you find something? Yeah, Berkshires. 90 days. Good program. I'll drive you Friday. Then, thank you. I almost said you're welcome, but that felt wrong. You're doing this for you, I said. Not me, not them. You. She cried. I let her. February 22nd, 8:03 a.m. I picked Nicole up from my parents' house. They stood on the porch, my mother crying, my father silent. Nicole said, bye. Nothing more. We drove 2 hours and 38 minutes. Highway. Trees. Silence at first. Then Nicole asked, can I ask you something? Yeah. Do you hate me? I was quiet for a long time. I did. For a long time, but no. Not anymore. Why not? I deserve it. Because I realized something. We were both their victims. You just had a different cage than I did. Mine was neglect. Yours was pressure. Both of us were suffocating. Nicole cried quietly. I'm sorry I didn't save you. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you tried to reach me. It's not your fault. I know. But I'm here now. After this, Nicole said. After treatment. Do you think we could try being sisters again? I was honest. I don't know. Maybe. But it won't be like before. We're different people now. Different is okay. Different is better than nothing. We arrived at Serenity Ridge at 10:41 a.m. Beautiful facility. Mountain setting. Colonial style main building. Diane greeted us warmly. I stayed for 2 hours. Intake paperwork, medical history, insurance. When it was time to go, I hugged Nicole. First hug in 7 years. Awkward, but real. You've got this, I said. She nodded. She walked into the building, looked back once. I waved. She waved back. The door closed. I sat in my car and cried. Not because I was sad, because I'd done something I never thought I could do. I'd helped the person who hurt me, and it didn't break me. It made me stronger. March through May 2025. Nicole was in treatment. I received weekly updates. She'd signed a release form allowing staff to share information with me. We had family therapy sessions, virtual, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Nicole and me, not our parents. We talked about childhood, about favoritism, about her perfectionism, my neglect, the different ways they'd hurt us. Week 4, the therapist asked, Nicole, what do you want Vanessa to understand? That being the favorite wasn't a gift, it was a job, and I was terrified of being fired. Vanessa, what do you want Nicole to understand? That being ignored doesn't hurt less than being pressured. It just hurts differently. I was invisible. She was on display. Both of us were alone. Nicole looked at me through the screen. I never knew you felt invisible. You seem so independent. I didn't seem independent. I was abandoned. There's a difference. We both cried. Progress, the therapist said. May 20th, 2025. Nicole completed the program. I drove to pick her up. She looked different, healthier, hair clean, eyes clear, smile real. She'd gained 12 pounds, color in her cheeks. She hugged me tight. Thank you for not giving up on me. I didn't say you're welcome. I said, you did this. I just showed up. Because that was the truth. Nicole moved to a sober living house in Springfield, $850 a month. Our parents paid. She started outpatient therapy 3 times a week, joined AA, 90 meetings in 90 days. She got a part-time job at a bookstore, 15 an hour, low pressure. I visited once a month. We had lunch. We talked. Slowly, carefully. We were rebuilding. Not close yet, but trying. Our parents asked to visit. Week 6 of her sobriety. Nicole said no. Week 10. She agreed. Supervised visits with her therapist present. Once a month. Nicole set boundaries with them. I kept mine. Zero contact beyond logistics. October 2025. Nicole texted me. 6 months sober today. Feels weird to celebrate something so basic. I texted back. It's not basic. It's everything. Proud of you. Couldn't have done it without you. I paused, then typed, yes, you could have. You're stronger than you think. She sent back a heart emoji. It was enough. It's been almost a year since that text. Come home. Your sister has. I went home. I helped Nicole. Then I left again. But this time, I didn't leave alone. I left knowing Nicole and I could be sisters again. Maybe not the sisters we were, but better ones. Honest ones. My life now. Still a clinical research coordinator at Mass General. Still in Cambridge. Still building my chosen family. Sarah, Dev, Monica, James, Ethan and I are still friends. We talk sometimes. Nicole, 10 months sober as of December 2025. Enrolled in community college part-time. Psychology major. Ironic. She's stable. Hopeful. Our parents sent a Christmas card. I didn't open it. They sent a birthday card in June, also unopened. Our relationship status, none, and I'm okay with that. People ask if I regret it. Going back, helping the family that broke me. The answer is no, because I didn't go back for them. I went back for Nicole. And in helping her, I proved something to myself. I could be in that house with those people and not fall apart. I'd healed, really healed. Here's what I learned: healing doesn't mean reconciliation. Boundaries aren't cruel, they're survival. I helped Nicole because she was a victim too, but I don't owe my parents anything. Nicole is working on forgiveness with them. That's her choice, her path. I'm not ready. Maybe I never will be, and that's okay. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever been the useless one, the forgotten one, the one who had to prove your worth to people who should have seen it from the start, leave a comment. Tell me, what was your graduation moment? The moment you realized you had to save yourself? And if you're struggling with family addiction, boundaries, or healing from favoritism, know this: you don't owe anyone your peace, not even family, especially not family. Thumbs up if you support healthy boundaries. Subscribe if you want more stories about breaking cycles. Here's my final question, and I don't have the answer. Maybe you do. Did I do the right thing? Should I have let Nicole hit rock bottom alone? Should I forgive my parents for the sake of peace? I don't know. Maybe there are no right answers, just choices and consequences, and the hope, the fragile, stubborn hope that we can be better than the people who raised us, that we can break the cycles, that we can choose love over legacy. I'm trying. Nicole's trying. Maybe that's enough. My name is Vanessa Kastner. I'm 27 years old, and I'm not useless.